I think that the American public at large is convinced that what's happening up there is a ridiculous freak show. It's goofy. I think everybody pretty much agrees that it's a witch hunt at this point. I think most people understand the nature of the charges and how Alvin Bragg, has bastardized it. Just a quick recap if you didn't know, I'll keep it under 30 seconds. In New York, if you commit a misdemeanor, it's a misdemeanor, but if you commit another crime to hide the previous crime, then that can be elevated to a felony in layman's terms. And that's ultimately what was happening here. And they wanted to get that felony charge in order to go after Trump. And that's what this was. So they got Michael Cohen on the stand right now. And he's supposed to be their star witness. This guy literally is the human embodiment of a cheap polyester suit. He's just, and his testimony, he apparently kind of compromised himself because Cohen was trying to make it out like Trump was the one who authorized the incremental repayments, and it actually wasn't him. It was another guy. So he's like stepping all over his own testimony. It's not going well for him. But I wish that when these lawmakers came out and they talked about the trial, say something about the trial, fine. But then you know what? You have all of the press assembled in front of you. You could use it as a free ad. You could use it as a stage and hammer Democrats on every single issue. And these goofballs that have all their cameras set up there all around the courthouse, they have to cover it. They're going to have to take it, at least some of it. So you could have all in the surrogates too. Anyone who is up there, say one thing about the trial and then get over it and then start hammering Democrats. Because if Democrats are going to make it to where he can't campaign, then by God, you need to use that courthouse, those steps, every time he comes out for a break. I don't care what it is. He's going to go out and get a stick of spearmint. I don't care. Use it as earned media. Use it as a campaign ad stage. Immediately hammer Democrats and get that message, drive that message out there. Give a surrogate. Each surrogate has a different topic. You're talking about the economy. You're talking about foreign policy. You're talking about trade. You're talking about manufacturing. You're talking about jobs. You're talking about tax cuts. Give every single one of those surrogates a topic to hit, and every single time they get in front of that mic, they need to hit that topic. Because all of this, everybody got out there behind the mic and said the same damn thing. For 5 minutes, each of them got up there for like 5 minutes, and each of them said the same damn thing. They echoed each other. And no offense to Vivek Ramaswamy. And by the way, he was going to be on the show a couple of weeks ago when he was in town, but we could not get it worked out because it happened to coincide when I was on call for federal jury duty. So that threw everything out the window. I think that his remarks, because he got very energetic in his remarks from the courthouse today. Oh my gosh, can you imagine if he just said only like one thing about the trial and then went off about the economy? Can you imagine? Talked about and made these people cover it. Think about the power of this. Golly, please, for the love of all things holy, strategize on this. Oh my gosh, I cannot say it enough. And I know that I'm not the only one thinking this because we all share. Come on. They're all saying the same thing about it. We get it. Now talk to what is in Americans in our concerns. Talk to what we're dealing with at home. Talk to what we're dealing with taxes. Talk to what we're dealing with inflation. Hit all of those points. Concerns about jobs, the housing market. And then all of these media outlets have to cover it. So again, I say, if they're not going to allow him to campaign because they're going to keep him tied up in this, then by God, use that as your earned media. There's your campaign stage. Have a campaign and then hit all the issues every single day. They would get so mad at him. I'm not even joking, and I'm actually not really exaggerating. I honestly think that they would wrap it up sooner because they would get so tired of him using it for campaign ads. You know it. They would get so tired of it. They'd be like, oh my gosh, whatever we got to do to get him out of this courthouse. And then do that for every damn trial. You got to weaponize these things. Like, for instance, how there was a campaign to actually stop sending me hate mail a couple of years back. I don't know if you guys were aware of this. It was on a progressive website because they got so mad that I monetized it. When I started getting hate mail early in my radio career, I had people sponsor it and I would read it on air for cash money. And every now and then I still do it. But there was a concerted effort, an organized effort to stop sending me hate mail, because the left was angry because I was making money off of it. And they got really mad about it. You gotta weaponize every single one of these things. Turn it into something that generates hard currency for you, whether it's earned media, whether it's actual campaign donate, whatever it is, votes. Turn it into something like that. because I guarantee you Democrats will stop doing it the moment you figure out how to make it work for you. Like I joke all the time. I'm not actually joking, I'm being serious. Republicans ought to send a whole contingent down to the damn border when you got a deluge of people coming across illegally. Just start registering people to vote Republican. I guarantee you Democrats are going to shut that border faster than you can blink your eyes.